Good evening from InvestSharp's.com. This is Randy Smotone with your Wednesday, November 17th market update. So we didn't have too bad of a day today. At least there wasn't continued heavy selling by the institutions, so the market held up pretty good. So the dollar and copper were mostly flat today. Gold and oil were down, and silver was up. So looking at the dollar ETF, UUP, so we didn't 2 cents, still holding this. We did break out above this trend line here, but still holding it. Again, no volume. Even this whole way up, really not much volume to it as far as in support of the dollar. Let's see the West Texas Intermediate Point figure chart. We're still on a buy signal, still have this bullish price objective, but we're going to break down here. We're going to go on a sell signal. We'd have to print 79. We'd have to take out this prior column of O's right here, print 79. We also have some trend line support here, so we should have some support in crude right around this 79.80 level. So we'll be watching that. Light sweet crude futures were actually down another $1.90 to settle at $80.44 today, which was pretty incredible fall in oil from here to here, all pretty quick. So let's go take a look at the indices. So the Dow finished down about 15 points at 11,007. So we're still holding the 11,000 on the Dow, down 0.14%. The Russell actually had the largest percent gain today, up 0.34%. And the Dow was actually the weakest out of the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq and the Russell. So the Dow was the weakest, being down 0.14 over to the S&P. So we're still holding that support level. Same here. We're watching to see if we can, if we're going to hold these lows here, if we're going to take it out. So we're really, we were pretty oversold. So we're going to do for risk, which it did. But we'll see if we can hold here. Of course, what I'd like to see is take out. We can close over the high of the low day, which is this one for now, right? So really see if we can continue our uptrend anytime in the near future. So we might. I don't know. I don't know if we're going to go lower or head back up again. Still, I don't think anyone's really ready to go higher yet with the market. At least that's the feel I get. The volume is it was okay today. It was slightly below average and about average on, depending on if you look at the SPYs, the Qs, the diamonds, or IWM. Wasn't too bad. Take a look at gold, GLD. So still trying to stabilize here. It did take out the uptrend line with lots of selling. So we'll see if it can overcome that. Silver is definitely stronger, like it was yesterday. It's holding up a little better. Didn't go much of anywhere today, but looking better. Copper is trying to hold. This is a weekly support line. This color here. Let's go to 5-year weekly. Right, so there's we hit and hit. We broke out here on the weekly on copper, and so we're trying to hold it. We'll see if we can maintain that. The Euro ETF FXE. So we're down here. We're a little bit of support here. We're there. We broke down though, and we did have some selling behind it on the euro. Now the trend line, if we get all the way back here, we could go down into here a little lower before we really catch the trend line. And we're below we're below the moving averages. The 200 and 150s were way down here, so have a long ways to fall if we were to get to those. The volatility index, volatility lower today, minus 3.63%, but we broke out here, and we're holding so far on this downtrend line where we broke out on the volatility. Let's go take a look at the McClellan oscillator. Alright, so we were pretty oversold yesterday, so we're still in the oversold area. We didn't move a whole much, minus 67 as opposed to when we were minus 80 plus something here yesterday. Take a look at the sectors. So 9 of the 16 sectors we follow finished in the green today. The oil service index had the largest percent gain, up 1.32%. The bank index was the weakest, down 1.4%. So we had some decent green across the sectors. The retail did pretty good. Drug, gold miners got a little bit of bid, software. So over to ChartWatch. Tried to come up with some old ones and some new ones. Sienna breaking out above the downtrend line with lots of volume today. Earnings. Guess breaking out. Look like it's got a little inverted head and shoulders here. Looks good. It does have earnings coming up, I believe. I think it's like 2 weeks from now, something like that. But watch for that. Deckers tried to break out above the downtrend line today. Didn't quite have the volume to do it. Kind of got stuck, so it didn't quite make it. Still worth keeping your eye on. ROVI breaking out and then pulling back, and so a little bit of a failed breakout there, but it's got good volume. So if we have a decent day tomorrow, it'll probably go higher. Qualcomm breaking higher today. Looks good. J. Crew breaking out. American Axle breaking higher on an upgrade. Ross Stores breaking out. Westco breaking out of above the downtrend line. Looks good. Nova Gold taking out the the bull flag it's been in, taking out the downtrend line. Looks good. Northern Oil and Gas taking out with lots of volume the downtrend line. AVID still holding strong, still seems like it wants to go higher. Of course, we talked about CTEL, still looks good. Flextronics right around support. You got a pretty low risk buy here. If you could use the low as your stop. Lots of volume coming back in today, and of course it had this huge gap up on earnings. SNCR still bull flagging, lots of volume kicking back in today after it had this huge move, and then even more so on earnings, and still bull flag. Foot Locker breaking out, it's got earnings coming up tomorrow. Chicago Bridge and Iron holding the trend line. If you like to buy stocks off their trend line, then here's one, and of course you could use the low of today or yesterday as your stop. Looks pretty interesting here. Here's another one, another trend line buy. Omnicom, United Health. Now this was an uptrend line that we broke out above. Here we've tested it once, now we're testing it again. So another one to make a go of it. Diana Shipping, another one you could buy off the trend line. Prudential, this has been a triangle I've been watching. Had lots of selling right here to pull it back down, but it is, as long as it holds this trend line, yeah, you can make a go of it here. I mean, if it ever breaks out here, it should have a nice move higher. Of course, it could fail and break down too. Kohl's breaking out, big volume, and of course a 4% move. Looking good. I also like this longer term inverted head and shoulders here. Looks very good for the longer term. Target breaking out, earnings. ATSG Air Transport, I like this tight consolidation, so watch for a breakout or a breakdown here. And Superior Energy, another one that's nice tight consolidation up near its highs. Let's go take a look at the current market signals. Of course, we follow the point and figure chart for the Dow, NASDAQ, S&P. Of course, the Dow did go on a sell during this nice huge sell-off we've had. So we're on a sell signal on the Dow. That's the price of day deep. Of course, it doesn't mean it gets there, and the point and figure chart calculates it, but take a quick look at it. Right. So we've taken it out by one box. So we've only gone on a sell signal by one box, and sometimes that's a bear trap, and sometimes we'll just go right back up, especially when you only take it out by one box from going on to a sell signal. Same way with the buy signal, sometimes it does that by one. It's a bull trap. So we'll see how it goes here, but everything else is holding up pretty well. So we'll see what the market's like here in the next couple of days. Of course, option expiration this week, maybe that's a little more adds a little volatility possibly. So all right, so on deck tomorrow, last but not least, we will have the weekly jobless claims at 8:30. We'll get Philly Fed survey at 10 a.m. and then we'll get the weekly nat gas report at 10:30 a.m. And of course, it's all Eastern time. All right, that is it for today. Thanks for watching.